Hello, my friend. It's good to be with you again this week. These past few weeks, I've been telling you stories about Jesus, how he traveled all around, teaching people, also sometimes teaching them using stories. And he taught them about loving one another and caring for one another, and how even someone you might think is your enemy can possibly care for you. He taught people that in order to be great, it's important to serve and help one another. Well, Jesus became very popular. People would come to listen to him from all around, and that made some leaders scared. Leaders who were afraid that if people followed Jesus, they wouldn't respect the leaders anymore. So they got very scared. And sometimes when people get scared, they get violent. And they hurt people who don't deserve to be hurt. Sometimes they even kill people who don't deserve to be killed. And that's what was about to happen to Jesus. And he knew it. He knew that there were people who didn't like how popular he was and what he was teaching about. And he knew that they might get violent. In our story for today, Jesus knows that the leaders are getting scared and they might get violent very soon. But he doesn't stop teaching and he doesn't run away. Instead, he gathers his disciples together to share one last meal. Let's hear how the story goes. Jesus wanted to celebrate Passover and share a meal with his disciples so he could say goodbye. By that time, many people looked up to Jesus as a great leader. This made some of the priests and the Roman rulers very jealous. Jesus knew that they wanted to arrest him and that his life was in danger. Jesus knew it was time for him to return to his Father. As they all sat around the table, he picked up a loaf of bread. After thanking God, Jesus broke the bread and passed a piece to each of them. "This bread is my body," he said. Then he took the cup of wine. Again he thanked God and passed it around to his friends. "This is my blood," he said. "I am pouring it out for you. Whenever you break bread and drink wine like this, remember me. And remember that someday God's dream of everyone sharing and caring, loving and laughing, someday God's dream will come true." The end. Do you recognize where I am? I'm in the sanctuary. In this space, and in other spaces in our church, once a month we come together and we tell the story that you just heard. But we don't just tell the story. We reenact it. We participate in it. We take a cup and we take a plate and we put bread on it and we remember what Jesus said and we share the bread and we share the cup. We call this communion. Communion just means being together. Sharing this bread and this cup brings us together with one another, and it brings us together with Jesus and his disciples, as if we were all at the same table together all at once. And it brings us together with people all around the world who also drink the cup and eat the bread and tell the story in their own language. And it's like, for a moment, we're all at one table, like one big family. Let's close by praying together. Please read along, or have a grown-up read along with me. Dear God, thank you for making me part of your dream. Amen. This story comes from the Children of God Storybook Bible by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Illustrations are by E.B. Lewis from the United States.